Hey, what's up, y'all? It's me, Nate Almighty, and I'm back with another Raising Kanan Season 4 Theory and Prediction video. The topic for today's video is how Rock going to WITSEC leads to Unique, aka Breeze, Kanan, and Ghost and Tommy taking over the Southside. Now, this video is going to be a banger. There's going to be some lore drops in here. I'm going to speak on some things that some people are overlooking. I'm also going to speak on the huge Italian Mafia Fed case that will be going on in between now and the end of the Raising Kanan series. That will be all encompassing. It's going to include the Thomas family. It's going to bring down Stefano and all the Italians, and how it will definitely create a situation where Breeze, Kanan, Ghost, and Tommy will be able to take over the Southside easier than we thought it may have been. This video is going to be another banger. Go ahead, like, share, comment, subscribe if you're new here. Without further ado, let's get to it. All right, now, y'all, let's break it down like this. We have to first understand that the seeds are being sown for a huge RICO case that will link the Thomas family and the 5 families of the Italian Mafia together. Bodies will continue to drop while people try to cover their tracks. And Rock won't be the only one who ends up snitching. As we can recall from the end of episode 2, it was already offered to Rock to be a paid informant. They didn't put that in there for no reason. I believe she will take them up on that offer. Now, other people who may tell are people like Stefano himself, if he gets the chance to, or if he isn't killed first. Now, when it comes to Rock will ultimately have to make a choice as the leader of the family. Does she allow her whole family to go down in the RICO case, or does she find a way to save her family and avoid being murdered and serving jail time if she could? And she will choose the latter. By the end of season 5, we will see this. And for a gangster like Marvin, who quote unquote does gangster shit, he will either refuse to take a deal to snitch, with him ending up in prison for life, or he will be killed in the streets before it's all over. Or he could end up going back on drugs after Rock takes the fall for everyone. Maybe Kanan could have been telling some truth to Tariq back in OG Power when he said he hustled at some point for his uncles. And with Lou out of the game, speaking of uncles, this will leave a huge power vacuum open in the Southside. Because realistically speaking, I do not think Rock and Marvin will try to put any pressure on Lou to enter the game. However, when shit hits the fan, if you feel like he has to protect his family, he will get into the bullshit. And with that being said, once all of this takes place, right, and everyone is out the way, and people are getting locked up, enough people are dead, this will finally create the opportunity for Breeze and Kanan to take over. And when you really think about it, they won't have any real reason not to work together and hate each other, as long as Unique didn't kill anyone in his family, and it's likely he won't. Not saying he won't try. I know some people also thinking Unique will end up killing Marvin. Guess what? It's not going to happen. He already filmed for season 5. Unique's not going to kill Marvin, alright? If it's meant for Unique to be Breeze, there's no way Kanan works with Unique, aka Breeze, if he at least knows for a fact Unique killed someone in his family, right? So, when the feds come and leave, Kanan will be without a plug. And finally, on his own, to do things his own way. And we will likely find Unique with connections to a plug for whatever reason. And no young hustlers he can rely on to move all the drugs that he has. But fate will bring him and Kanan together because they will need each other. It's also possible they are already working together before the big RICO hits and Rock and the rest are pushed out of the game. But now, let's think about the obstacles that may be in their way before they can take over the Southside. We still have Snaps and Pop to think about, as I see them as the only legit threats to the progress of Breeze and Kanan. But it's not their time anymore. They will surely be removed off the chessboard before long, maybe even going down in the RICO case involving the Mafia. If not, at least one of them will still end up dying, and they're more of a force together. And then you have the other known hustlers in the Southside. But a lot of the other guys will die or go to prison, or we'll hear about some of them getting hooked on drugs. Some of them are already snitching, things like that, right? So when you think about it, after a while, the only true threats to the rise of Kanan and Breeze, and then later Ghost and Tommy, will be the cops themselves, the po-po. But they show us in Power from day one that any one of them can be bought, creating a situation where unique as Breeze and Kanan are on top of the food chain going into Power Origins. There's going to be a lot going on. Like I said, I have an idea about Rock and her plug that I'm probably going to include in another video. As a matter of fact, I'm going to include it right now, right? Now that I'm thinking about it, it's very possible that when we see Rock connect with this new plug who we've seen in the trailer, it's very possible that this person could be a police officer and Rock already took the deal. And as part of the deal, she has to catch Stefano in the middle of a real drug transaction. Something about that photo of her with a serious face and the hair pulled back in a ponytail with what looks like a black leather on, a black fur coat on, walking with the people behind her. To me, it's now starting to feel like she made the deal. She just did her first official confidential informant requirement, and now she's walking away realizing that it's really on now. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.
Can't teach that shit, nigga. Come on. That's God get. That's like buying ink. That's on the cone, nigga.